Yeah, good morning, everybody. Today in our series, we will try to discuss about exponent and powers. Exponent powers is the most important fundamental property of any mathematical problem. Okay, we start today. Before we start, let's discuss some formula. Then we will come to the problems. Let's discuss the basic formula. The role of exponent is to understand and break the complex problems which are into higher powers into simpler powers. So first formula is am into a power n is equal to am plus n. It says that when bases are multiplied and are same, the power gets added. It's like an example. We do this use of this formula in this context. So we get 2 raised to power 5. That is one point. Okay, this is number one. In the second point also, if we change the sign of one of the powers, then the same will happen. Okay, so you get this as the answer. This is one. Then we get into number three. It says that when they're divided, the sign of the exponent which is in the divisor gets changed, so it changes into this form. Okay, so it becomes same. And the fourth, that formula that you will normally see is, or the problems that we will discuss today is also related to this. It is like this. Yeah, it's same in the case like we have this question, and people normally write it as 2 raised to power 5. No, it is not. So it is like this. So we use the above formula like this. And the last that has got the most important role, it is that whenever any exponent has minus sign, its power changes from normal to the reciprocal of a number. So it can be normally shown like this. If it is like this, I can write it like this. Okay. So based upon this 3-4 main formula, we will today now try to solve the basic questions, and we will put the formula along with it. Okay. Let's solve the basic problem. Uh, the basic problem that we start today is how do we solve this question? You can continue after today's video attempting more questions. So this is important from class 9th as well as 10th perspective both. So now what is the point? We see how do we judge the question, how to do it. We try to make the factors. First we need to see, is the factors coming? Normally if you have powers like this, and if you understand that question belongs to the family of exponents and powers, so we try to break it into factors. So we find out that 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 is the factorization of 243 divided by 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 is divided by 4 by 5. Okay. So now we try to combine them. So we have found that there are 5 times 3 is multiplied and 5 times 2 is multiplied. So we can write like this. Do not be in a hurry to solve this question, because your one mistake can spoil the entire of your efforts to solve it. So we go one by one. So we use this formula a power m to the power n, where they both get multiplied and you change it. So now we get the answer in the form 3 by 2 power minus 4. But exponent has got more rule also. Exponent says we do not leave the answer in the power which is negative. So we change it to power like this. So what we do here, we write here a power n is equal to 1 by a की power m. This is what it is. Okay. So any problem you solve, you need to give the explanation of the question, that how are we solving it. Okay. This is one part of the problem. Let's go to the another problem. Okay. So it will give you a more clarity that how more complex questions of exponent and powers can be solved. I am taking a bit complex question. You can take based upon your exam pattern also. So 81 divided by 16 is having the power minus 3 over 4 into 25 divided by 9 is minus 3 by 2 into 2 by 5 minus 3. Okay. So the first rule is, let's make factors into the lowest powers of this number. So we see that how we do we write 3. I am writing this 3 for the 4 times or 5 times, but if you feel the numbers are pretty big, uh, just make the factors on the right hand side of the sheet, and later on you can make them into directly into powers. So you can skip this first, this also. This is for your understanding, because I'm not making the factors on the right hand side of this sheet. Okay, I'm not changing anything in the first step. Okay, so here we go. We write here 3 4 2 4. Then we write here like this, and then we write here like this. So now you see we are actually breaking the entire question into the basic powers. So we take the reciprocal. Now we start solving the question in step by step. So here we will write a minus m is equal to 1 by a is m. So what you have been doing, you can keep on applying it on the right hand side of the sheet. So we now do it more simplified. We do it like this, then we do it like this. We have not done anything as on date. So what we have done, we have taken the factors. There might be problems where you will not find the same factors up and down. So don't worry, the simple rule will go. One question we will more do, where we will have different things. So we do 3 divided by 2 is having 4 into minus 3 by 4. So we cut it like this, and we do it 5 by 3, 2 into minus 3 by 2. And we write the rest of the last term like this only. Okay, so we solve it now. 3 divided by 2 minus 3 into 5 by 3 minus 3 into 5 by 2, 3. So now the question is into the last stage. Now we do the reciprocal, because this is what we know, that if the power is into negative, we reciprocate the terms that are inside. Okay. So now we see what is there in the numerator and denominator. We see like this. I hope I am doing 2-3 steps more for your better understanding, because once you get a clarity, you will understand how the question will move. Okay. So we have 2 power 3 minus 3. So it goes in the numerator, and you get minus sign like this. So this is done. So we have 3 3 minus 3, and you have 5 3 minus 3. So what do you get here? 2 power 0 into 3 into 0 into 5 into 0. So the answer is 1. So hope the things are clear. Okay. I wanted to solve one more question. Okay. And that question is related to a bit higher difficulty level. Before we call it a day for your questions, okay. You can keep on trying more, but I feel this question is quite important from the perspective of the exams also, and from the point of your understanding of the exponents and powers. So 5x minus 3 into 3, 2x minus 8. So that gives me 225. Now he's saying find the value of x. You might have got more bit difficult questions like this. Okay. So what we see here on the right hand side and on the left hand side, we see on the left hand side that 5 and 3 are in the lowest forms of factor, but 225 is not. So we try to solve like this. Now they will not get multiplied. Left hand side, no terms will get multiplied because the powers are not same. Okay. Either the base is not same. So we write here 15 into 15. So we write here 3 into 5 into 3 into 5. So we write here again, it is 3 is to 2 into 5 is to 2. Now what this equation gives me? It gives me that the left hand side can only be equal to right hand side if the values are equal. So we say compare the coefficient. So we write compare the coefficient on the left hand side and the right hand side. So this entire term becomes equal to this term, and this entire term becomes equal to this term. So 5x minus 3 is equal to 5, 2. So bases are equal, so powers needs to be also equal. So x minus 3 is equal to 2. So it gives us the answer x is equal to 5. I hope the questions are clear to you. Uh, Once you do more practice onto it, if you feel still a problem exists, you can write to us. We will try to resolve your problem.